The Season 6 trailer didn't just tease the story. It warned us that what's coming will hurt in ways we're not ready for. The Chosen Season 6 trailer is brutal, and I don't say that lightly. This isn't the kind of trailer that tries to excite you with epic music or heroic moments. It does the opposite. It sits heavy. It feels uncomfortable, and the moment it ends, you realize something very clear. The show has crossed into territory it can never come back from. Season 6 is no longer about following Jesus. It's about losing him, step by painful step. From the very first seconds, the tone is darker than anything we've seen before. There's no warmth, no humor, no sense of safety. Everything feels tense, like the air before a storm. You can feel that the story is narrowing, closing in. The joy of earlier seasons is gone, replaced by fear, confusion, and dread. The trailer doesn't rush either. It takes its time, almost forcing you to sit with the weight of what's coming. And that's what makes it so brutal. What stands out most is the silence, not just literal silence, but emotional silence. Jesus barely speaks. When he does, his words feel final, like every sentence might be the last one his followers will ever hear. The disciples look lost. These aren't the same men who once followed him with excitement and hope. These are men watching their world collapse, realizing that everything they believed would happen is falling apart right in front of them. Jonathan Rimmy's performance already feels different here. There's a heaviness in his eyes that we haven't fully seen before. This isn't the teacher walking calmly through crowds. This is a man who knows exactly what's coming and chooses to walk toward it anyway. That knowledge changes everything. You can feel it in the way he stands, the way he looks at people, the way he accepts what's happening without resistance. It's devastating because it feels real. The trailer also makes it clear that Season 6 will not protect the audience. There's no sugarcoating, no cutting away at the last second, no soft version of events. The pain is front and center, the fear is raw, the injustice is frustrating to watch, and that's intentional. This season wants you to feel uncomfortable because the story itself is uncomfortable. This is not meant to be easy viewing. Another thing that makes the trailer hit so hard is how small everything suddenly feels. Earlier seasons had wide spaces, crowds, movement. Here, everything feels tight and trapped. Dark rooms, closed doors, angry faces. It creates this sense that there is no escape. For Jesus or for anyone around him, every decision has already been made. Every path leads to the same ending, and that's what truly makes this trailer brutal. It doesn't ask what will happen next. We already know. Instead, it asks a much harder question. Are you ready to watch it happen? Because Season 6 isn't about surprise. It's about endurance. It's about sitting through betrayal, denial, silence, and suffering, knowing exactly where it leads. By the time the trailer ends, you don't feel excited, you feel shaken. And that's how you know the season is going to be different. This is The Chosen stepping into its most painful chapter yet. And the trailer makes one thing very clear. Once the season begins, there's no turning back. The trailer hints at the scale of suffering we're about to witness, and it's staggering. From the very first trial scenes, you get a sense of the tension suffocating every corner of the story. Jesus is no longer just a teacher or a healer. He is a man under relentless pressure, surrounded by fear, anger, and disbelief. The disciples' faces tell the story of shattered hope. Every glance, every pause, every whispered question shows their confusion and helplessness. This season doesn't give us the comfort of distance. We are thrust right into the chaos, forced to experience it alongside them. One of the most haunting aspects is how calculated the opposition is. The trailer shows glimpses of leaders scheming, whispers exchanged in shadows, and eyes that gleam with judgment. You see Caiaphas, Pilate, and Herod not just as figures of authority, but as obstacles carefully constructed to crush what they cannot understand. Every scene pulses with anticipation because we know what's coming. Yet we also know that the characters can't escape it. And that makes it unbearable to watch. Every step forward feels like it is moving toward an inevitable, gut-wrenching conclusion. The trailer also makes the personal stakes clear in a way that previous seasons only hinted at. It's not just a story about public events, it's about private anguish. You can see it in the small moments, the way Peter struggles to reconcile his fear with loyalty, the way John clings to hope despite everything falling apart, and the way Mary watches her son with silent heartbreak. These intimate glimpses make the larger events, trials, mockings, and confrontations hit with far more intensity, because the emotional connection is already established. This isn't just history unfolding, this is a human experience that refuses to let you look away. The trailer doesn't shy away from showing Jesus suffering either, even in fleeting moments. The pain, the humiliation, the physical and emotional strain is palpable, but it isn't over the top or sensationalized. It's raw, measured, and deliberate, reminding us that every strike, every insult, And every tear carries meaning, and yet, through it all, there's a strange calmness in him, a quiet strength that anchors the story. That calmness makes the brutality even sharper because it contrasts so heavily with the chaos surrounding him. One of the most shocking things in the trailer is how quickly the tension escalates. There's no easing in, no gradual build-up. One moment, you're seeing a private conversation in Gethsemane, the next, the weight of judgment is pressing down from every side. The trailer condenses the events in a way that makes the stakes feel higher than ever, and in this compression, every gesture, every word, and every glance carries weight. It's as if the trailer is telling us, you cannot prepare for this, you can only bear witness. Even the background elements, the lighting, the angles, the music work together to heighten the tension. Shadows stretch longer than they should. Faces are partially obscured, and the music isn't triumphant but pressing, almost like a heartbeat. In your chest, it creates a constant feeling of unease, the sense that nothing is safe, nothing is sacred, and nothing will be spared. Every time the screen cuts to black, you expect something to happen, and often something does. This is storytelling designed to keep the audience off balance, fully immersed, and emotionally vulnerable. Finally, the trailer makes one thing abundantly clear: Season 6 is about transformation through suffering. It is about watching faith, courage, and love face the ultimate tests. And the brilliance is that the trailer doesn't tell you how to feel. It lets you feel everything for yourself: shock, anger, sorrow, and awe. By the time it ends, you're not just waiting for the season to drop, you're bracing yourself for it. Because The Chosen Season 6 isn't entertainment, it's an experience that will demand your attention, your empathy, and your heart. This is just the beginning. The trailer sets the stage, but what follows will be far more intense. If the trailer is any indication, every episode will push boundaries, challenge expectations, and force the audience to confront uncomfortable truths. And while it's terrifying, it's also compelling. You can already feel that this is the season people will be talking about for years. The tension, the heartbreak, the moral questions, the faith under fire, everything is dialed to a level we've never seen before. And as the trailer fades, one thing is undeniable: The Chosen Season 6 is going to be unforgettable. The trailer makes it painfully clear that no one is safe in Season 6, not physically, not emotionally, and not spiritually. Every character we've followed for years is on the brink of collapse in some way. Peter's denial, which we've long anticipated, carries a weight that hits differently here. The trailer shows the tension building in his eyes, the internal struggle, and the almost unbearable fear of failing the one he loves most. And it's not just Peter. John, Matthew, Mary Magdalene, and the other disciples all show cracks in their armor, making it clear that loyalty and faith will be tested like never before. The trailer communicates that these tests aren't abstract, they are visceral, immediate, and impossible to ignore. The scale of the confrontation scenes also jumps off the screen. You see glimpses of angry crowds, murmurs of betrayal, and the rising tension between religious leaders and Roman authorities. Every frame suggests that the social and political pressure surrounding Jesus is reaching a fever pitch. And what makes it even more terrifying is that we know the outcome. The trailer doesn't need to trick us with suspense. Instead, it delivers a slow, grinding anticipation that eats away at your chest. You watch every conversation, every look, every choice, knowing the trajectory is unchangeable and that makes it impossible to look away. Jesus' silence is a major theme in the trailer, and it's haunting. In previous seasons, he spoke and taught with clarity, guiding his followers and inspiring hope. Here, his words are fewer but heavier, loaded with meaning and inevitability. Every statement seems preordained, every glance calculated to reveal both love and sorrow. And that duality, the divine calm amidst human chaos, makes the surrounding brutality even sharper. The trailer shows Jesus accepting what's coming without resistance. And that acceptance is deeply unsettling because it reminds us that the path forward is inevitable and nothing can alter it. The trailer also gives us a sense of the scale and intensity of the physical and emotional suffering Jesus endures. You see brief flashes, the rough hands of soldiers, the weight of a cross, the crown of thorns, the silence that follows his pain. But it's not the spectacle that makes it brutal, it's the context. Every strike and every insult carries the weight of centuries of expectation, betrayal, and divine purpose. The trailer communicates that this season will demand emotional investment. It won't let you sit passively. It insists you feel the weight of every moment as though you were standing right there, unable to intervene. Another layer of tension comes from the cinematography hinted at in the trailer. The framing, the close-ups, and the lighting suggest claustrophobia and scrutiny. Faces are lit in harsh contrast, shadows slice through scenes, and every frame feels intentional, designed to make you notice the smallest details. Even brief exchanges between characters are loaded with subtext. You can sense the fear, doubt, and moral conflict in every expression. The trailer gives us a taste of how meticulously the season has been crafted, ensuring that every glance and gesture heightens the tension. The trailer also subtly underscores the psychological torment of the public events surrounding Jesus. You see crowds shouting, pointing, and reacting with anger or confusion, each reaction layering more pressure on those already struggling. The weight of social expectation and mob mentality is palpable. The trailer communicates that this is not just a story of spiritual trials but also of human cruelty, fear, and complicity. Watching it in these brief moments leaves you with a lingering sense of discomfort, the kind that stays long after the trailer ends. Finally, the trailer doesn't shy away from the emotional stakes of loss. You feel the isolation of Jesus' followers, the despair of those who love him, and the heartbreak of watching justice slip through their fingers. Every frame is designed to make the audience connect deeply with the characters' pain. You're not just observing history, you're living it alongside them. The trailer prepares us for a season that will challenge our empathy, our courage, and our faith. It's clear that Season 6 isn't about comfort or familiarity, it's about reality. Raw and unflinching, demanding a response from anyone who dares to watch. By the end of the trailer, the message is unmistakable. Season 6 will strip away everything we thought we knew about The Chosen. It will challenge our emotions, our expectations, and our endurance, and it won't wait to do it. Every second of the trailer feels like a warning. Brace yourself, because once this season begins, it will consume you, shake you, and leave you questioning what you thought you understood about sacrifice, faith, and love. The trailer promises a journey that will be intense, relentless, and unforgettable. And that's only the beginning of what's coming. The trailer also makes it clear that Season 6 isn't just about external struggles, it's about the internal battles that shape every character. Peter's fear, Thomas' doubt, and even Judas' betrayal are not just plot points. They are emotional earthquakes, shaking the foundation of their faith. You see the disciples grappling with questions they've never faced before. How can they trust when everything is collapsing? How can they remain faithful when the world is against them? And the trailer gives us just enough to feel their desperation without showing us everything, which makes the tension almost unbearable. The intensity of the trials Jesus faces is also impossible to ignore from the trailer. It's obvious that each confrontation, whether with religious leaders, Roman authorities, or hostile crowds, is calculated to push him to the edge. The questioning is relentless, the accusations are sharp, and the silence from Jesus only amplifies the pressure. You can feel the weight of history pressing down, the inevitability of the crucifixion hanging like a shadow over every moment. And yet, in this darkness, there's a quiet, unwavering strength radiating from him, a calm defiance that makes the surrounding chaos feel even more cruel. Another aspect that stands out is the trailer's use of pacing to build suspense. There are no long stretches of calm. Instead, the tension rises and falls like waves, each crest higher than the last, a whisper here, a glance there, a moment of hesitation. Every detail adds layers of anxiety. Even the pauses are deliberate, giving the audience just enough time to imagine the worst. It's a slow burn horror, not of monsters, but of reality, the unflinching reality of betrayal, injustice, and human cruelty. The trailer forces the viewer to sit with that reality, to feel it in their chest, to experience the dread of knowing what's coming while being powerless to change it. The trailer also hints at the sheer scale of production and the immersive world Season 6 will present. Filming across multiple locations, intricate sets, and detailed period accuracy are all evident. Even in brief glimpses, the authenticity adds to the tension, making the story feel like it's happening here and now, not thousands of years ago. This realism, combined with the emotional depth, makes every moment feel immediate and raw. The trailer communicates that this season isn't just telling a story, it's transporting us into it, forcing us to live every heartbreak, every betrayal, and every triumph alongside the characters. One of the most striking elements is the psychological weight carried by both Jesus and his followers. The trailer shows fleeting images of exhausted faces, eyes filled with doubt, and moments of quiet reflection amidst chaos. You can sense that this season is going to explore the human cost of unwavering faith. The disciples are not just witnesses, they are participants in a journey that tests their courage, their morality, and their loyalty to their teacher. The trailer teases these struggles subtly yet powerfully, leaving us anxious and eager to see how each character will respond under extreme pressure. Even small moments in the trailer resonate with deep significance. A look, a gesture, a single line of dialogue carries weight beyond what is spoken. These moments create a sense of foreboding, as if every action is a step closer to a devastating conclusion. The trailer never lets us relax. Instead, it builds a constant tension that mirrors the experience of the characters. You feel the oppressive weight of judgment, the sting of betrayal, and the isolation of facing impossible odds all condensed into a few brief glimpses. It's a masterclass in emotional tension and storytelling economy. Finally, the trailer promises that Season 6 will redefine what it means to watch The Chosen. It won't be a passive experience. It won't let you escape into comfort or nostalgia. Every scene, every glance, every word is designed to provoke thought, stir emotion, and challenge expectations. You are not just watching a story unfold. You are experiencing a crucible, a journey through human suffering, divine purpose, and unshakable faith. The trailer makes it clear this is not entertainment, it is an emotional, spiritual, and psychological experience, and it will leave no viewer untouched. By the end of the trailer, the message is undeniable. Season 6 will push boundaries, confront us with uncomfortable truths, and demand our full attention. It promises heartbreak, awe, and reverence in equal measure, and if the trailer is anything to go by, once we step into the season, there will be no turning back. Every moment is designed to challenge, to provoke, and to immerse, preparing the audience for the most intense and unforgettable chapter of The Chosen yet. The final moments of the trailer leave a lingering sense of dread and anticipation, as if the world itself is holding its breath. It's not just the physical trials of Jesus that shock us, it's the emotional and spiritual intensity that permeates every frame. You can feel the weight of every decision, the crushing inevitability of the crucifixion, and the quiet despair of the disciples who watch events spiral beyond their control. Season 6 isn't easing us in, it's demanding that we meet it head-on, fully prepared to feel everything as it unfolds. The trailer doesn't just hint at suffering, it immerses you in it, making the pain, fear, and heartbreak almost tangible. What's especially gripping is how personal the season promises to be. The trailer gives fleeting glimpses of private moments that hint at deep introspection and human vulnerability. Mary, the mother of Jesus, shows heartbreak in a single glance. The disciples' confusion is visible in every hesitant step they take. Judas' betrayal carries a weight that goes beyond the historical event. These moments remind us that this story is not just about grand events, battles, or public displays, it's about human experience, raw and unfiltered. The trailer makes it clear that we will live through each intimate, painful choice alongside the characters, and that emotional proximity is what makes this season so devastatingly effective. The scale of Season 6 also becomes apparent through the trailer's visuals and pacing. Filming across multiple locations, capturing wide landscapes and intimate interiors, the trailer shows that every frame has been meticulously crafted. The physical environments themselves add tension, the cramped spaces, shadowed corners, and harsh lighting all contribute to the sense of unease. You feel trapped alongside the characters, knowing there's no escape from what is coming. And this meticulous production value amplifies the emotional stakes, making the story feel immediate, urgent, and impossibly real. The final moments of the trailer leave a lingering sense of dread and anticipation, as if the world itself is holding its breath. It's not just the physical trials of Jesus that shock us, it's the emotional and spiritual intensity that permeates every frame. You can feel the weight of every decision, the crushing inevitability of the crucifixion, and the quiet despair of the disciples who watch events spiral beyond their control. Season 6 isn't easing us in, it's demanding that we meet it head-on, fully prepared to feel everything as it unfolds. The trailer doesn't just hint at suffering, it immerses you in it, making the pain, fear, and heartbreak almost tangible. What's especially gripping is how personal the season promises to be. The trailer gives fleeting glimpses of private moments that hint at deep introspection and human vulnerability. Mary, the mother of Jesus, shows heartbreak in a single glance. The disciples' confusion is visible in every hesitant step they take. Judas' betrayal carries a weight that goes beyond the historical event. These moments remind us that this story is not just about grand events, battles, or public displays, it's about human experience, raw and unfiltered. The trailer makes it clear that we will live through each intimate, painful choice alongside the characters, and that emotional proximity is what makes this season so devastatingly effective. The scale of Season 6 also becomes apparent through the trailer's visuals and pacing. Filming across multiple locations, capturing wide landscapes and intimate interiors, the trailer shows that every frame has been meticulously crafted. The physical environments themselves add tension, the cramped spaces, shadowed corners, and harsh lighting all contribute to the sense of unease. You feel trapped alongside the characters, knowing there's no escape from what is coming. And this meticulous production value amplifies the emotional stakes, making the story feel immediate, urgent, and impossibly real. The trailer also emphasizes the unflinching reality of the story. There's no attempt to soften the blows, no sugarcoating of betrayal, mockery, or suffering. Every frame that hints at the crucifixion is designed to confront the audience with the full weight of what Jesus endured. The trailer makes it clear. Season 6 is not entertainment for casual viewing, it's a challenge, an invitation to engage with the narrative at a deep emotional and spiritual level. Every insult, every strike, every tear is presented with intention, forcing the audience to confront the enormity of the events, rather than observe them from a safe distance. Even the trailer's pacing contributes to the intensity. Rapid cuts between moments of tension and silence create an almost unbearable suspense, while lingering shots on expressions allow the emotional weight to sink in. You feel the pressure mounting not just on the characters but on yourself as a viewer. It's as if the trailer is training you, preparing you for a season where every episode will push your emotional limits and demand that you process the suffering and faith at the heart of the story. By the time the trailer ends, you're left in a state of anticipation that's impossible to shake.